a entirely different question. Maybe we can take it like next time.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, you all see my screen for the last question? So the question is, find the city with the smallest number of neighbors at a threshold distance. So we'll be providing this kind of a edges. Let's start with an example only, then it's more clear. So we'll be providing the n, that's saying that we have n cities, which is like what this depicts is 0 is a starting point, like 0 from where it is starting, and 1 is where it is reaching, and 3 is the weight. And we have given the distance threshold of 4. So if we are reaching at particular point with more than the distance thresholds, we'll not be including that. For example, over here, from 0 it is reaching 1, 0 it is reaching 1, and 1 with 3, and 1 and then it is reaching 2 with distance of 4. So which is included, because 4 can be included, which is a threshold. So that's why it's written that city 0 can go to city 1 as well as to city 2. Similarly, at city 1, we can go to city 0, city 2 as well as city 3, because all the weights are in the range of 4, like threshold. And then city 2, we can go to city 0. No, sorry. City 0, because 1 plus 3 is 4, and city 1 as well, which is 1, and city 3, which is 1. But from city 3, also we can reach to city 1, 3, which is 3, and then from city 3, we can reach to 2, which is 1. We can't go from 0 to 3 because it will exceed this the threshold distance, which would be 7. So which is more than the path, so will not be included. And what we need to return is, we need to return the minimum cities which we can cover in that threshold. For example, over here, cities 0 and 3 have 2 neighboring cities at a distance threshold 4. So they return 3 because it is the greatest number. So if we have the same number of cities, then we just need to return the number which is the greatest one, which is 3. So everyone understands what the question is saying? Any doubt about the question?
I believe no.
Yeah. So what would be the approach comes first of all in a mind, like how this problem is?
I think we did something similar question few days back, where something like flights was there, and we used this Dijkstra something find minimum distance or like shortest distance. So I think it could be used here also, and it can be used here from 0 what was the nearest cities. And
and Dijkstra used for I think used for minimum also. So here also if we are looking for the minimum cities.
No, we are not. So basically, Dijkstra gives you the shortest distance from one city to another.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are trying to find all the cities within the threshold.
Yeah,
for example, from 0 it will give city 1 and city 2.
Yeah, but city, like the minimum cities in a threshold, like return the city with the smallest number of cities that are reachable through some path.
So what's the first goal here? We have to figure out the shortest path from each city to every other city.
Yes.
And within that threshold.
Yeah, within that threshold, like maybe so as a first step, like path from one city to other cities.
Yeah, so
minimum.
Yeah.
minimum path from, for example, from this, where you can go,
Yes.
from here, where you can go at that threshold.
So from 0 you can go to using two paths, 0,
Yes.
1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2, but the minimum is 0, 1, 2.
So what's
So
the good algorithm like for figuring out a shortest path from given a source to destination to like maybe all
Or
the
all destinations.
all the nodes.
So
So
here we can say that we can't reach 2 from while traversing from 1, 3, and 2, because we'll be calculating by that will be the calculation of 5, which is more than the
Yeah.
threshold. We can
So we
directly
already talked
go.
about like the Dijkstra algorithm. Okay, which yeah, given a
Yeah.
source, we can find the shortest path to all the nodes. Okay,
Mhm.
uh, what what about like finding the shortest path from every node to all other nodes?
Every node
To
to
all other
all
nodes,
other nodes.
because we here like that's the goal. We have to we are like not given only one source, but for each city we have to find out the neighboring cities, okay, which are under a threshold or under or like equal to the threshold.
Yeah, and one more thing, this is undirected graph. So if we are going from 0 to 1, the 1 to 0 also
Yep.
included.
So yeah, so basically, if with for this first approach of Dijkstra, what we have to do, like start from every node, get the same thing what is mentioned in the in the example. If you go a little bit down,
Yeah.
And anyone else like have a thought on this problem?
I have only this thing, like do Dijkstra. I know there are other algorithms also. I think we discussed last time also. Forget its name, Floyd-Warshall algorithm. I think Roger mentioned that. So that can account from every node to other node, and that also take account if there are negative weights also, because Dijkstra can only work
In
if
a
there are
positive,
positive weights.
I am not sure about the other algorithms.
I think he mentioned about Bellman-Ford. I remember when he mentioned Dijkstra, he had mentioned about Bellman-Ford algorithm also, but I don't
So
know.
Bellman-Ford can again will take one node at a time. So let me repost his.
So do you remember the what algorithm is about? Bellman-Ford?
Oh, I think Puneet said Floyd-Warshall.
Floyd-Warshall also.
Sorry.
Yeah, Floyd. So I'm going to repost that.
So
So I'm going to.
So this problem has a constraint that like all the weights are non-negative. Okay, so the good options are Dijkstra and Floyd-Warshall.
actually, anyone is not aware about the Dijkstra or Floyd-Warshall.
So there are seems three algorithms: Dijkstra, Bellman, and Floyd-Warshall.
That would all those would be useful in this particular question.
Yes. So I'm also going to put like what we discussed last time in the chat. So it was didn't keep proper.
So it's saying Dijkstra is a single source, and it would be
Yeah,
to
it says Dijkstra is single node,
yeah.
uh,
Bellman is also single source.
but it takes negative edges. But the complexity of Bellman is the order of vertices and edges.
Okay. So how it is differentiate, like Floyd-Warshall is using all the pairs. It can use all the pairs.
Hey Sonia, like if you scroll down a little bit,
Yeah.
like there is a constraint given like how many edges are there in this question.
So there are edges
like n square edges.
Yeah, n square. Yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing, we have a nodes from 0 to n, which is like if we are traversing as well, we can start from 0 to
Yes.
n.
So I think like given this constraint, like we have n square edges. If we look at the chat that you posted, okay,
Yeah.
the Floyd-Warshall doesn't depend upon the edges. Okay, so Floyd-Warshall will perform in if number of nodes like n is number of nodes cube, so order of n cube. Okay, but if we take a look at Digestra, okay, it says e log e v times. Okay, e log e. Okay, number of edges. Here are n square, and then we already have a vertex into multiplication. So I believe like Digestra will be slower here because it will be n cube log e. I'm just like looking at the solution, the time complexity. I'm
So
not very
yes,
much aware of these algorithms.
Digestra would be n cube log
E, E,
e.
E the number of edges because the chat that you posted, it says E log E V times.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that E is n square. Okay. Yeah, so yep. Puneet posted that it will be V cube, like number of vertices, n cube. Yeah. So I believe like the Floyd-Warshall should be the right approach here because we don't have the negative path. So I'm not sure like if we want to use the Bellman-Ford.
Yeah.
No, but here there are no negative paths. So Dijkstra is one candidate.
And
because if there are negative path, the Dijkstra could not be a candidate.
yes, yeah,
for
then,
sure.
Then we have to use the Bellman-Ford, but here since that we don't have negative parts, so I believe like we have two candidates, Digestra and Floyd-Warshall. Okay,
And
and
also handles negatives.
yeah.
No, but there is no negative constraint, so all three can
we
work.
are only dealing with the positives one, so we don't need the negative cases.
I believe like you guys continue. I have to leave.
Okay, thank you, Gaurav. So
Okay, so I'm not sure about Floyd-Warshall algorithm.
even I am not sure, or a Bellman as well.
Is anybody wants to speak about that? Roger or Puneet?
Yeah, so Floyd-Warshall is actually based on the concept that you can have any of the nodes as the intermediate to reach from source to destination, right? So what you do is you start from a smaller set, like you can reach from I to J using just one intermediate. And at each step, you just try to increment the number of intermediate steps. Like you want to reach from source to destination, including, like in this case, let's assume you want to reach 0 to 3, where you're considering intermediate node as either 1 or 2. Then you can consider 0 to 3, considering all the nodes, 1 and 2, both as the intermediate. So that way you keep building your DP metrics. And at the end, what you will find is you reach from source to destination, considering any of the remaining vertices as your intermediate. At max, what you can have is from source to destination n minus 2 vertices in between. Right? If you don't have a path from that, suppose from 0 to 3, you don't have a path, suppose going through 2. There's no path from 0 to 2 or something else. So you will have an infinite there, and you are just trying to find the minimum. Right? So let's assume the first case, 0 to 1. You have a direct path. So you consider there's no intermediate. 3 is the path to reach from 0 to 1. Next, you consider 0 to 2. Now you have to consider 0 to 2, considering one of the intermediates, like either 1 or 3. For 1, you will check 3 things. Whether the path from 0 to 1 plus 1 to 2 is less than if there's a direct path. So there's no direct path. The only path to reach there is 3, 0 to 3 plus 1 plus 2. Now suppose there's another path 0 to 3 and there's another path which is 0 to 3 which is of 1 weight. Now to reach from 0 to 2 via either single of the elements, like one of the intermediate elements, it can pass through either 1 or it can pass through 3. In that case, if you have a 0 to 3 also with weight 1, your minimum weight to reach from 0 to 2 will be via 3. Right? This is just for one path. Now you can go to the next step where you consider both of them are your intermediates. Right? But still that will not change your path because you will already have the minimum path directly computed from 0, 3, 2. It's a very fairly simple DP problem actually. If you go through that equation, it'll fairly make a very easy sense. It's the basic idea is that like in Bellman-Ford, the basic idea is any path which is shortest from source to destination cannot have more than the edges that are in the entire graph. Like if you have 3 nodes connected, the maximum number of edges can be 2, right? You have 0 to 1, 1 to 2, that will be 2.
So I think I went into Disqus and somebody wrote the code for this. Or probably you can just see the code and.
Okay, have you posted somewhere like on Slack?
No, it is in the Disqus. If Sonia can open Disqus.
Okay. Which
And
one?
the first one.
Floyd algorithm.
If you come down to Java.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the entire Floyd-Warshall algorithm is on that 3 loop, like k equal to 0, I equal to 0, j equal to 0. So it is looping from k equal to 0 means it is considering 1 intermediate, 2 intermediate, 3 intermediates that way, which is the intermediate node that it wants to compare, like 0 to 1, 1 to 2. And then the last line is the basic DP problem. It is just trying to see whether the path that I have calculated till now to reach from I to j is smaller, or if I go through k, it is smaller.
Okay. And this is, yeah.
And at the end, what it is doing is just comparing all the cities and seeing which one's distance is less than threshold and counting that.
So it is putting something max value first at somewhere at the top. Like what would be the max?
Like,
so in this,
would be the
it's putting 1001.
Could you go up there? It's something, because the values inside the DP are supposed to be only 10,000. Because it said the maximum distance is 10,000. So that's why it is just setting it one above the maximum value, which is within the problem constraints.
So
you can set
it seems like
you can set it to infinity. Max
infinity.
value.
Okay, so first row is infinity in the DP.
So what it is doing is just saying that the direct path to reach from I to j without any intermediate is infinity at the first. And then it is trying to build the DP up. Okay, now I'll calculate if there is an edge directly, then I'll set it up as some value. Because there may be some nodes which are not connected at all. So infinity means that they are not reachable from each other.
Okay.
From same edge to same edge, it seems like.
Same edge to same edge means? I'm not sure, right?
Okay, I think we can all go and read this solution and see if that makes sense.
First of all, if anybody wants to understand the Floyd algorithm, I think they need to understand it from other source, and then they jump towards
articles about Bellman and Floyd are very crisp, and they explain the basic idea why those two are different. One of them works on the basis of edges, and another works on the basis of vertices. So
do you have any source where we can?
I can share the Geek4Geekfy links.
Okay.
Share it on Slack.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Puneet. Okay, so anyone wants, and anyone has doubts or any question? I think then we are okay for today. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And
Very good night.
Puneet, you want to say something? Stop.